Hello and welcome to Around the Air Force. I'm Staff Sergeant Mike Hutchinson. Exercise Angel Thunder 2013 is a joint service, multinational, interagency combat search and rescue exercise. Senior Airman Renee Carberry takes us to some of its training locations for the details.
More than 2,000 participants will train through the full spectrum of personnel recovery capabilities, such as air assets, ground recovery, and special forces teams. Exercise Angel Thunder provides a variety of recovery training scenarios, as well as simulates deployment conditions and contingencies. Some of the scenarios include combat search and rescue missions involving pararescuemen treating victims, and A-10s providing cover to ground recovery troops during a rescue after a vehicle was hit by an improvised explosive device. One of the benefits of this type of training is the overall experience.
Actually doing the jumps, actually going through the motions that you would with a real patient.
The training scenarios taking place range from the Pacific Ocean to Clovis, New Mexico, with participants from 19 different countries. For the Air Force Broadcasting Service, I'm Senior Airman Renee Carberry.
The Airman's Medal is bestowed upon members who show great courage in the face of adversity. Tech Sergeant Dominique Dickens takes us to Hurlburt Field, Florida, where an airman was presented the award for his heroic actions.
Captain Brian Stortz, a pilot assigned to the 34th Special Operations Squadron, was presented the Airman's Medal for heroism during a ceremony at Hurlburt Field, Florida. On April 19, 2011, Stortz, while at the beach, rescued 3 children who were caught in a rip current and swept into the Gulf.
Well, I was definitely humbled and honored that my leadership selected me for the award and nominated me. But I don't think I did anything extraordinary that day.
Air Force Sergeant Dominique Dickens, Hurlburt Field, Florida.
You may have heard of the TV show Dirty Jobs, but did you know the Air Force has its own version? Airman First Class Jenna Sarvinsky takes us to Luke Air Force Base, Arizona, where one of the base's leaders is getting his hands dirty.
It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. This time, it's Command Chief Master Sergeant David Staten's turn to walk a day in the boots of the airmen that keep the wastewater treatment facility at Luke Air Force Base up and running.
We talk as leaders about getting dirty, pick up a broom, pick up a mop, and it's really a great opportunity when you're able to do that. Spend a little time with them and highlight them and tell them thanks. That's my favorite part of all of this.
The facility treats about 420,000 gallons a day, with the base reusing roughly 103 million gallons of reclaimed water every year. Airman First Class Jenna Sarvinsky, Luke Air Force Base, Arizona.
Mandatory training is inevitable in today's Air Force and usually comes with a certain amount of resistance. At MacDill Air Force Base, Florida, however, there's one class that's changing the way airmen think about training. Senior Airman Laura Beckley has more on the story.
1, 2, 3, go! Whose airplane did you get and what was their uncensored thought?
We've all thought it at one point or another.
This class is going to be boring.
It's the elephant in the room that no one wants to point out.
It's going to be a long day.
It's mandatory training.
When you found out you had to come to 8 hours of resiliency training.
Senior Master Sergeant Angela Suafoa makes no bones about it. She instructs a mandatory 8-hour resiliency course. And most people come in expecting the worst.
His uncensored thought. Great. ...
It's that kind of thinking that Sergeant Suafoa wants to change.
Resiliency training is actually, in a nutshell, taking a bunch of skills and packaging them up so we can kind of help you overcome different kinds of adversity that's going to happen.
All right. Changing minds is the name of the game at MacDill's resiliency training. Whether it's the way you think about yourself, your situation, or even the way you think about mandatory training. Senior Airman Laura Beckley, MacDill Air Force Base, Florida.
To find more stories affecting airmen and their families, visit AFLINK. From the Air Force Broadcasting Service at Fort Meade, Maryland, I'm Staff Sergeant Mike Hutchinson.